I'll say a few words and then I'll be the one she wants.
That's right. So I need you to say them. I need you to
We're counting on that. Take it to the max.
Well, first of all, let me just say that some of us just returned from Selma, Alabama, where we walked across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. And our thoughts were with the civil rights leaders who were beaten within an inch of their lives as they got to the end of that bridge. We thought about our colleague John Lewis, who received brain damage even from that beating. And I thought about all of the work that black people have invested in this country to create a fair democracy. And I think about all of the work that we continue to do to strengthen the democracy and make sure that we fight for justice and equality for everyone. Never in our wildest dreams did we think we would have someone like Trump who would serve as someone serving as president of the United States for the second time would be out to literally destroy all of that. You have heard from the members today everything from the Department of Education to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to HUD to all of these agencies where we have fought to create opportunity. What is Trump all about? Why is he doing this? Now, we know he wants to be a dictator. We know he's in love with Putin. We know he even loves Kim Jong-un in North Korea. We know all of that. But what does he do in gathering all of this power? I think perhaps it is about gathering the power and bringing us to our knees so that when he changes America with his vision, that we will be begging for crumbs, basically, because that's all he will be offering. Now, all of that worries me, but I'm going to tell you what I'm worried about. We have great responsibilities continuing to fight for democracy and to strengthen democracy and to take care of the least of these. Not only black people, we take care of everybody with our votes. I'm worried that Trump is on the edge of creating a civil war. He alluded to it more than once. He alluded to the fact that if he did not get reelected, that there could be a civil war. You know what responsibility that places on us? It places the responsibilities on us to live and do like Dr. Martin Luther King told us to do. He taught us to organize and to protest, but he taught us nonviolence. He taught us nonviolence. That was the center, that was the core of his message. And we live with that all the time. No matter how upset we can get, no matter how angry we can get, we live with what we've been taught. And now, this president is putting us in a position where hungry people are going to be on the street, where nonprofits who were waiting for their checks are not going to get them, where seniors waiting for their Social Security check will not get it, where poor families with children will not get what they believe the government has agreed to do. And so when that happens, what does Trump expect? Oh, I believe he expects violence. I believe he expects confrontation. I believe he's working toward a civil war. We're not going to get goaded. We're not going to get tricked into that. We're going to continue to do our work. We organized. We started the education by organizing and protesting. We went to the Treasury Department when Elon Musk broke in with his young people and took all of the records. That's our payment system. You don't get paid unless it goes through the Treasury. We went early in the morning at 19 degrees before the Department of Education, tried to get in. They had the security guard out there. Now, I had to think twice about what Martin Luther King taught because I was getting pissed. And, of course, they blocked the door. And then we went over when the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau organized and all of those employees were out there, and we protested. And we were at HUD. We were at HUD when they came down from work at 5 o'clock. They joined us. There were people who were there with tears in their eyes talking about and understanding what Section 8 is all about, what vouchers are all about, people being able to rent a place for their families to live despite the fact they don't have all of the money that they can earn. Many of them work every day, and many of them are getting these low wages, et cetera, et cetera. So, ladies and gentlemen, my message, along with all of my peers, all of my colleagues, is this. We're going to fight. We're in this fight. We're going to fight. We're going to peacefully protest. We're going to talk to our people. We're going to join hands with all of those who know now, who perhaps voted for Trump, that indeed they're having buyer's remorse. These are people in my district. The first organized protest in my district was on the white part of my district in Hawthorne, California. 3,000 to 4,000 people showed up. These were people, many of whom who had voted for Trump. These were people who were federal employees who were losing their jobs. And so we're going to lead it because our history tells us that's what we must do. Our foreparents died and sacrificed for all that was done to create civil rights. And we know we must do this. But we also know that now, in addition to the leadership that we're going to provide for this country, there are going to be a lot of other people like us. Not look like us, maybe didn't even think like us, but now they know. They know they have a no-good, low-down, rotten, divisive president who will destroy this country in the name of power so that he can be, as he would like to be, a dictator or a king. Well, he's not going to get it because we're going to do what we've been taught to do. We're going to speak up. We're going to organize. We're going to create opportunities for people to be involved when we put the call out and say, join us in the protest. Join us in what we're doing in rallying. It's all about saving the entire country. It's about saving us from Trump and a non-elected billionaire who bought his way into the leadership of this country, and talking about putting $100 million more into the campaign of Trump. He's got the money, and he's been able to buy Trump, and Trump has let him go wild to do whatever he wants to do. When he goes into all of these departments, all of these agencies, it's not simply about firing the people. He's going to do that. But he's gathering all of the data, all of the information. Why are they doing this? I believe they're going to monetize it. They are brazen. If the President of the United States can take someone who's unelected, a billionaire who's bought into his campaign, and brazenly advertise his automobile on the lawn of the House of Representatives, or where was he?
White House.
The White House. I mean, that's in your face. That is in your face. So he's going to get closer and closer in our face. And we're going to have to be real responsible. We're going to have to pray. We're going to have to ask God to help us remember what Martin Luther King told us. Don't ever let them goad you into violence because we don't know what's waiting in the background for us if we're silly enough to do something like that. And so I'm here to tell you that this is what I believe could happen. And I'm here to tell you, you're looking at the most responsible people in the world who love this country, who's helped to make it stronger, and who are going to organize and work with people of all races and all colors in order to make this country what it could be and what it should be. That's enough of that.
Amen.
Thank you, Congresswoman Waters. I guess we'll, at this moment, open up for any questions that you may have. Okay, there's a gentleman